Wysteria, energy, twister.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the wonderful Legends of Britany. We are now actually on the Breton Lais of Marie de France. The wonderful Lay of Marie de France, or Lais, ever told a deep interest for all students of Breton law. For though cast in a literary mould of Norman French, and breathing the spirit of Norman chivalry, those of them who deal with Britanny, as do most of them, exhibit such evident marks of having been drawn from native Breton sources that we may regard them as among the most valuable documents extant for the study and consideration of Armorican story. What that means is that these laws are the best from that era. You know, they are well respected laws and they're well known, and people tend to think they are the best. Of the personal history of Marie de France, very little is known. The date and place of her birth are still matters of conjecture, and until comparatively recent times, literary antiquaries were doubtful even as to which century she flourished in. In the epilogue to her fables, she states that she is a native of Les de France. But despite this, she is believed to have been of Norman origin, and also to have lived the greater part of her life in England. Her work, which holds few suggestions of Anglo-Norman forms of thought or expression, was written in a literary dialect that is, all likelihood, widely estranged from the common Norman tongue. And from this, though the manuscripts in which they are preserved are dated later, we may judge her poems to have been composed in the second half of the 12th century. The prologue of her lays contains a dedication to some unnamed king, and her fables, well, they are inscribed to a certain Count William, circumstances which are held by some to prove that she was of noble origin, and definitely not a drovier from necessity. Until M. Gaston, Paris decided that this mysterious king was Henry II of England, and that the Count William was Longsword, Earl of Salisbury, Henry's natural son by fair Rosamond. The mysterious monarch was believed to be Henry III. It's highly probable that the lays were actually written at the court of Henry II, though the king of the flowery prologue is hardly reconcilable with the stern ruler and lawmaker of history. But be that as it is may, Marie's poems achieved instant success. Her rhyme is loved everywhere. That's by, well, so Dennis Pyramus says, and that's the author of Life of Saint Edmund and the King. For counts, barons, and knights greatly admire it and hold it very dear. And they love her, writing so much and take such pleasure in it that they have it read and often copied. These lays are wont to please ladies, who listen to them with delight, for they are rather their own hearts. The fame and its attendant adulation were very sweet to Marie, and she was just so proud of her work, which, inspired, as she herself distinctively states, by the lays she had heard Breton minstrels sing, has, because of its vivid colouring and human appeal, survived the passing of 700 years. The scenes of the tales are laid in Britanny, and we are probably correct in regarding them as culled from original traditional material. As we proceed with the telling of these ancient stories, we shall endeavour to point out the essentially Breton elements they have retained. So that's your introduction to what we're going into now. The Lais of Marie. And you know, my middle name is Marie, and it is pronounced the French way, and my dad named me the French way. I cannot tell you why. My dad died when I was 2, he was 21. But yeah, my name, Claire Marie, is actually in French, and who knows why, but it is. Thank you for listening to this introduction. When we come back, we're going to look at some of Marie's lays and see what we think of them. Many blessings.
Wysteria, energy, twister.